Welcome to today's news discussion. I'm Sonia.
And I'm Simon. Let's dive into the stories making headlines today.
First up, the World Bank has released an assessment on the recent earthquakes in Venezuela.
That's right. The World Bank estimates that the twin earthquakes caused $19.6 billion in direct physical damage. That's a staggering number.
Indeed. To put that in perspective, the article mentions that rebuilding costs could reach as high as $50 billion. That's more than twice the initial damage estimate.
So what does this mean for Venezuela's recovery efforts? Are there any specific challenges they might face?
The reporting suggests that Venezuela has a long road to recovery ahead. The damage is not just financial. There's also significant human and social impact to consider.
That's understandable. Natural disasters of this scale often have far-reaching consequences beyond the immediate destruction.
Exactly. The World Bank's assessment is crucial in understanding the full extent of the damage and planning the recovery efforts.
Moving on to another story, the Indian government has allowed foreign investment in e-commerce inventory models for exports.
Yes, this move is expected to boost exports and benefit global e-commerce players like Amazon. The idea is to help small businesses access global markets.
How does this policy change work in practice? Are there any concerns about how it might be implemented?
The government aims to simplify the process for Indian manufacturers by allowing large e-commerce players to handle the paperwork. However, there are concerns about potential misuse of the export inventory model.
That's an interesting point. Some experts are worried that once foreign-funded platforms are allowed to own and manage inventory in India, there might be pressure to extend this model to domestic sales.
Right. The Global Trade Research Initiative flagged this risk, noting that global e-commerce companies have been pushing for this change for years.
So what's the potential impact on India's merchandise export target of $1 trillion by 2030?
The policy shift is intended to support this target by making it easier for small businesses to export goods. If successful, it could be a significant boost to India's economy.
Let's switch gears to the market news. Brent oil prices briefly topped $100 per barrel recently.
That's right. The increase in fighting in the Middle East has threatened to slow the global flow of crude, driving up oil prices. It's the first time oil has risen above 100 since late May.
How did the market react to this news? Were there any other significant movers besides oil?
Wall Street saw sharp drops in influential stocks like Tesla and Alphabet. The rising oil prices put pressure on stocks, especially companies with big fuel bills.
That makes sense. Higher oil prices can have a ripple effect across the market. So what's the current outlook for oil prices?
The reporting doesn't speculate on future prices, but it's clear that geopolitical tensions in the Middle East are a key factor to watch.
I noticed there's a segment called Business Today that airs on BBC News. Do we have any details on what that covers?
It appears to be a roundup of the day's market news. The articles mention it airs at various times on BBC News HD and BBC News.
So it's likely a summary of market movements and significant business news from the day.
Exactly. It seems to be a regular feature, providing viewers with an update on the business and market news.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that there are several significant stories making headlines across different sectors.
Indeed. From natural disasters to policy changes and market movements, there's a lot to keep track of. Thanks for joining us, Simon.
Thanks, Sonia. That's all for today.
Goodbye, and see you later.